ThaBoxingvoice.com. Live here with Amir Mansour, WBC Intercontinental Champ, waiting in line for his opportunity. Fresh off a win over Travis Kaufman, looking sensational as a main event on Toe to Toe Tuesdays. Talk to us a little bit about that fight, your performance. Give us your letter grade.
Performance probably maybe a B. I don't know, C plus maybe, B minus, C plus. You know what I mean? The camp for that fight, you know, was really, to be honest with you, the most lowest budget camp that I ever had. You know what I mean? It was like really on the muscle, man, off the muscle. You know what I'm saying? But did the best I could do, man. You know what I mean? It was actually proposed to me as a 10-round fight, and 2 days before the fight, it changed to a 12-rounder. And so I really wasn't prepared for 12 rounds, and I know somewhere in the fight I took off for 2 rounds, but for the most part, man, I'm just glad I got the win, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I thought that I was able to really just touch him whenever I wanted to, you know what I mean? After the first round, during the first round, I saw so many of his punches coming, I thought that he was trying to trick me, you know what I mean? Because I was able to see him so good. But, you know, it was a good fight, man. I'm just glad that people really enjoyed it. People really respect the fact that, you know, we stood in there in exchange for 12 rounds.
Obviously, that fight puts you in position for a shot at Deontay Wilder down the line. Talk to us a little bit about that. I mean, Amir Mansour, that big left hook, you and Wilder as a possibility. Is that going to be something in Barclays Center, maybe New York City? Or is this going to be in, I don't know, Alabama?
I don't know where it would be at. More than likely, you know what I mean, it'd probably be in Deontay's home. Deontay is selling out down there. He's selling the arena. He's selling a lot of tickets. And when you got, you know, guys selling out the arenas in their hometown, that's where you want to put the fight at, you know. For the most part, I just hope that Deontay stopped ducking me. You know, I believe that he's ducking me.
Why is he ducking you?
Because I just believe that his corner knows that I'm the type of fighter that can take that ring from him, you know? Look at his trainer, Mark Breland, right? You know who ended Mark Breland's career? Marlon Starling, somebody that couldn't match him skill for skill, but had that knockout power. And I think that I'm their Marlon Starling nightmare, man.
Now, what fight does Deontay have to get in order for it not to be a duck in your eyes? Like, if he fights Joshua, obviously that's not a duck, it's a unification. If he fights Parker, it's not a duck. But who that doesn't have a title, you know, is okay or isn't okay in your opinion, if it is not true?
Well, you got to think about this as well. When I say that he's ducking me, it might not be 100% that he feel as though he could lose, because you got to equate other things into it as well, in terms of the finances. If he chose to fight Joshua over me, it's because of the money that they gonna make, you know what I'm saying? It isn't because he really wanna fight a better fighter, or he really wanna fight another champ, or, you know, or a lesser fighter. He wants to make that money, you know what I mean? And the money and the offer would obviously be a lot more versus Amir Mansour. So you gotta equate all that in. You gotta equate the money situation and, you know, the risk that a guy is taking.
Now, where does that leave you? Because you guys been in negotiations before. You've already turned down an offer that the world knows about, a $300,000 offer. So how do you come to a happy medium with him?
I ain't turned that down. I accepted it. He turned it down. Once I guess he got the news that I said yes, I was waiting on them to send the contract. I was so happy that I literally broke down in tears. Literally, God is my witness. I didn't care about the money, you know what I mean? I was just happy that I was finally getting my shot. But his people, for whatever reason, you know, backpedaled, or maybe the offer was brought to us by someone that didn't, you know, have the authority to make that offer. I don't know, man. But at the end of the day, I accepted it, and they didn't take it, you know. So.
Last question. His size and power has been obviously the issue for everyone that faces him. How would you know, what would you do to combat that? Because you're a lot smaller than him. You're about 5, maybe 7 inches smaller.
Well, let me tell you something. I learned this as a young man watching wildlife TV. Sometimes when them big forest fires take place, they literally have to set another fire in order to put out the fire. So you got to fight fire with fire, man. So he's a strong puncher, he's a hard puncher, and so am I. You know, get your weapons, I got my weapons, and we meet in the middle of the ring and let it go.
Now, how do you sell this fight to the public? Because they're going to say, man, Deontay, you cherry picking. Amir Mansour is 44 years old.
Oh, I don't think that the public would say that, you know, in reality, because I'm not a 44-year-old fighter with a bunch of losses, or somebody that been knocked out before, or somebody who's had their butt whipped. When you look at my 2 losses, my loss to Steve Cunningham, you could easily say I should have got the nod for that fight. When you look at my loss to Brazil, facts are facts. I won every single round up until the stoppage on every judge's scorecard, except one judge gave him round 5. So he was getting his ass whooped in all reality, you know. My tongue was clipped, bleeding too much in there, swallowing too much blood, so I had to stop. So when you really look at my record, you're looking at a record of a guy who has not gotten his ass whipped. So I don't think that anybody would say he's cherry picking fighting Amir Mansour. I'm one of the most watched heavyweights in the country. I got some of the highest views on Fox Sports, NBC Sports, ESPN Sports than any fighter in this country, and BBC can attest to that. And so can those channels. So a lot of people want to see me fight for the world title.
All right, Amir, man. Thank you so much, brother. If you have any social media, give it out at this time.
Hardcore Mansour on Instagram, Amir Hardcore Mansour on Facebook.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you, brother.
I worked in Dover when you fought there all the time.
Oh, yeah?
You were a beast. You were a beast. You were a beast.
Congrats on your win. Like, Dave, I live in Baltimore. I box too, but we was watching. I was rooting for you real heavy.
You getting back in the ring, or what's your scoop?